And now the lights are on. Welcome to the show, everyone. How is everyone tonight? Excellent, excellent. You've come to a very special show tonight because it is not simply a Laugh Out Loud show. It is not simply a HumorU show. It's both. We're going to have improv. We're going to have stand-up. And those two things, and that's it. Everyone know what stand-up comedy is? Yes. Good. Does everyone know what improv comedy is?
No. Yes.
One person said no, at least. So I'll just tell you real quick. Instead of coming up here and talking into a microphone and saying jokes, we're going to do little stories, fun little scenes that we're going to create on the spot using suggestions from you. So to get you ready for that half, I'm just going to quickly run you through the suggestion-getting process. It's going to be in the form of a question. I'm going to come to you with a question like, what's your favorite color? And you'll say the first thing that comes to your head. So what's your favorite color? There we go. It is simple. It is beautiful. So let's go over how this show is going to work. We're going to do improv, and we're going to do improv games, and then each improv game will be followed by a stand-up set, and each stand-up set will be followed by an improv game. We're going to take turns because we play nice. So let's get started, I guess. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting something? Okay. Well, are you ready to do some laughter instead of whatever's happening right now? Yeah! All right, let's get started with an improv game. For this, I need all of the Laugh Out Loud has a special phrase. It's players to the front. When I say that, you need to clap. And I know it may sound weird, but it works. It works when you clap, things get better. So when I say players to the front, I need you to clap all together. Our first improv game for the night is What Are You Doing? And for this, I need all the Laugh Out Loud players to the front of the stage. This game is called What Are You Doing? We're going to see lots of, it's a competition game. It's one-on-one. I'm going to get from you some letters, and they're going to have to go back and forth, coming up with things that those letters could mean. If one of them takes too long, then they're out. If one of them can't come up with something, then they're out. If one of them can't spell, they're out. Exactly. So, first, you, what are your initials? KB. KB. Players, are you ready?
Yes! What are you doing? Kicking bears! This is not a good idea. What are you doing? Killing babies. I don't like this. Still don't like it. Oh no, he's dead. What are you doing? Crying with a K like the cool kids barefoot.
No cool kids here. This is a comedy show. We're not cool. You, what are your initials?
CJ.
CJ.
What are you doing? Casually joking. How about that airline food? What are you doing? Canning jams! What are you doing? Cautiously juggling. Turned on 3 chainsaws, and we're just... What are you doing? Can't jump. What are you doing? Canada justifying. I mean, they're okay. What are you doing?
go over here. Let's get some initials from one of our stand-up comedians. I don't know who you are. What are your initials?
MG.
MG?
You still don't know who he is.
True.
What are you doing?
Maiming gorillas.
I'm really sorry about this.
What are you doing?
Making gas.
Just kill the dinosaur.
What are you doing?
Maybe Geoffrey.
Joffrey.
Oh, what are you doing?
Molding giraffes. What are you doing?
Mightily.
Very good. I'm going to get even more initials. What are your initials? BW.
What are you doing?
Bowling wildly. What are you doing?
Backwards wailing.
Get this way.
What are you doing?
Boldly wondering. What are you doing?
Backstabbing waitresses.
I'm a cocky. Just kidding.
What are you doing?
You! What are your initials?
Me?
Yes, you.
Me.
Yeah. What?
SL.
SL.
What are you doing? Sliding lengthwise. What are you doing? Surfing lions. So I'm gonna surf on top of the lions on a surfboard. This makes a lot of sense. What are you doing? Sidewinding linebackers. A lot of laying down in this show. What are you doing? Startling leotards. Whoa! I would never wear that. Searching leaders. America, what a place.
Okay, let's do a little more improv. The next game is a broken record. For this, I need Jessica, Braden, and your players to the front. Okay, this game is called Broken Record because one person, step forward, will be able to speak normally. We're going to do a scene, and Jessica can speak normally. But these two, the man ones, can only speak using lyrics from songs that I'm going to get from you. And they're going to create a story like that. So, first, I'm going to split the audience right down the middle here. Right down the middle. So, this half of the audience, I'm going to get a, give me a popular song from the last 50 years.
Never gonna get good.
Holding Out for a Hero. Yeah. By Bonnie Tyler, right? Yeah, I know things about music. What? Yes, of course. Sorry. This half of the audience, it's December. Let's get a Christmas/holiday song.
Mama kissing Santa Claus.
Grandma got
So you're right.
Well, hold it. Before I say this, I'm not taking it. But you said Soulja Boy? Is that a Christmas song in your family?
Little
Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You and Soulja Boy, and it's one of the greatest mashups ever.
Yeah, to be fair, that sounds amazing. Okay, what were the things you said? I completely forgot after she said Soulja Boy.
Mama kissing Santa Claus.
Ooh, actually, yes. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh no.
You ready? You got a phone, got the lyrics pulled up?
Just don't turn it off.
I shan't.
Okay, so Braden can only speak using lyrics from all the baby
Vera.
cold one, and Andrew can only speak lines from the Bonnie Tyler one. Okay, and last thing I need from you is a suggestion to start the scene. What's something surprising you've seen out in nature?
A blue jay.
A moose is not surprising to see in nature, neither is a blue jay.
An oil rig.
Oil rig. Your suggestion is oil rig. Players, are you ready?
Yes. Captain, we've been rigging oil for a long time. And I think it's about time we pack up and head home. You know?
To fight some rising odds?
Yeah, I mean, the odds were against us coming out here and finding oil in the first place, and we've tried, and we've only got about 2 gallons, Captain.
It's gotta be larger than life.
Yeah, I think that of all the things we need to do, we should talk to the crew, tell them that we're thinking about going home, and just break the news to them. I know they all had such high hopes.
He's gotta be strong.
Hey, we were just talking about you, crew member Jim.
Been hoping you'd drop in.
I'm afraid we have some rough news to break to you.
And rising with the heat.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't hurt. But
Where are all the gods?
Beautiful, let's do a hurry. The fireplace roared. To break this spell, I'll take your hat.
isn't this a mutiny? Well, that's a change of pace.
Baby,
He's
don't
gotta
hold
be
out.
fast!
So very nice. My mother will start to worry.
For our next game, I need Andrew, Austin, Logan, and Braden players to the front. And I need one of you to take this mic. Who will do it? It is on. Okay, this game is called Morgan Freeman. Who knows who Morgan Freeman is? Yeah, lots of woos, lots of hand raises. You know what he does. He's known not only as an actor but as a narrator. He narrated that penguin thing, right? He had a show on Science Channel called Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. And this game is inspired by him. Andrew has a microphone, and he's going to serve as Morgan Freeman. These three are going to be doing a scene on stage. However, throughout it, Morgan Freeman will interject with a narration. Now, to make it interesting, Andrew is going to step outside. He can't know what's going on. He can't know what he's narrating. That would be too easy. So, that's what's going to happen. He's going to hear the suggestion, and then he's going to go outside. So let's get that suggestion now. What's a place, a location, where you'd be surprised to find carpet squares?
Arkansas.
I think the Arkansas jokes have been done.
Space shuttle, Arby's.
Space shuttle. Space shuttle, I like that. So Andrew, go ahead and leave us. Once the door is closed, we will be ready. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
It was one of the most profound days of my life, and would be unlike anything I had ever experienced.
This here is the F-29 space shuttle, complete with 2 passenger seats and airbags.
I can't believe you bought this for me, Dad.
I can't believe I did too, son.
I I'm gonna see the stars.
Oh my golly, the fact that we bought this. Oh, your mother. Oh, the things that she'll say. The things that she'll say. My
And in
goodness.
that moment, I could not believe what I had heard. I was filled with despair.
You seem so happy. I'm coming, Harold. You bought our son a rocket?
No, I bought us a rocket. This one that has 2 seats on it.
You're so clever and smart. You
Well-
should really grow up to be like him, all rich and smart and sciencey.
Oh, I get you bought one for me and then another for you guys. Where's
You
the other
bought
one?
our son a rocket?
He's growing up, he's
Suddenly-
getting old.
I realized that what I was looking for had been here the whole time.
But now that I look at you, son, you're so grown up and you're taller than me and you look almost as good as me. You're just everything that I could have ever wanted.
I'm really jealous. You're supposed to be giving me attention.
I'll-
Launch the rocket! Launch the rocket! There goes your rocket!
Let's get on, son. Let's get in. Rocket. 3, 2, 2.
Oh,
Get
this
in.
is not what I was expecting.
We're going.
Jump on
And
the
we're
way,
going.
Mom. You can come too.
Jump on the side.
Then, I could tell we were all thinking the same thing. But only one of us had the courage to say it.
This is gonna make a great movie someday.
Fine, I'll do it!
Jump on. 1, 2, 3. I'm hitting the launch button.
I can't hold on!
No!
It was a 3-foot drop! Goodbye! I'll miss you! Go without me!
Everything was going according to plan.
Oh, our next improv game is an exciting one. It's called Show-Stopping Number, and I need Jessica, Braden, and Logan, players to the front. And I also need Davin.
Yes!
Yes, this is Davin, everyone.
Hi, Davin.
The reason we have Davin up on stage is because this is a musical game and he can play piano. This game is called Show-Stopping Number. They're going to do a scene. At any point, I can blow this whistle I have, and whoever spoke last must sing. That's it. Simple as that. For this, let's get the name of a musical, a Broadway musical that has never been made before, will never be made, and is not based on something else, like Wicked 2. Don't say Wicked 2. I've said it now, you can't. Broadway musical that's never been made before.
Penguins in Africa.
That is the plot of Madagascar. 2.
Jazzy burritos.
I appreciate that someone else said something, but
A poor man's dog.
a poor man's dog. What was the thing you just sang? You sang something. First off, that's already been done. Second, yeah, let's do the thing you said. Say it again.
A poor man's dog.
A poor man's dog. Take that any direction you want. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
Yes.
Fido, I'm sorry. I've raised you all this time to be a good dog, to stand on 2 legs and speak like a good dog should. But I don't have enough money to take care of you. I must send you off into the world to be your own man, dog.
Bark? I mean, how could you do this? After all this time, I've supported you. I got us food from the dumpsters. Do you know how much they smell? I put in everything. For what?
And I appreciate it. I need you to have a better life. I loved this dog as if you were my own. And I would give him the world, except I don't even have a home. A homeless man is not your dancing. I trained you well. The dancing and the prancing. We're gonna make it. Well, probably you, not me. I can't support you, but it's time for you to be free. Be free.
Honestly, that means so much for me to hear, especially, I mean, the risk that you took taking me in like that with all the dog catchers out there. I feel like I've been running for so long.
Off to New York with you. Go.
Hey, no, I'll call you. Oh, hey.
New York has come to us.
A dog. My, how convenient. I just got back from filming the last Air Bud 200 movie.
This is our big break. Do it for you and for me, but for you.
Wow, so Airbud, I hear that
He's getting
dogs.
pretty old. We're thinking about putting him down.
Dang.
I'm going Fairmount since he was a young pup. I taught him sports, let him win every cup. I put him on the screen. I watched his fans all scream, and I said, he's gonna make me a lot of bucks. But now he's old, and there's nothing I can do. Now he's old, and our filming days are through. If only there was another dog like him to live the day. I'm at a loss, what can I say?
So I hear you're looking for a new dog to like, do kind of like your Airbud thing. I have dog-like characteristics.
I know this character.
Wait.
Dog.
Can you play sports?
Sure, of course. I love scoring the touchdowns in the basketball and.
All right, because we were thinking Air Bud chess.
Airbud chess.
Yeah, how does that sound? One of my favorite sports.
Dog, I trained you to be a dancer, not an athlete.
Yeah, this could be my one big break. I'm a dog that wears glasses. I'm a dog that likes flying kites, but most importantly, my dad isn't a fan of chess. Every day in the homeless alleys, he looked through the coffee shop windows, looking at the men with big brains playing that one chess game. Get frustrated 'cause he didn't like it, but me. It looked kind of cool, and so I'm not good at basketball, so this could be fun. I'm gonna take the jump. We're gonna go to New York and be a big star because that's what good boys do, and I will be a good boy. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to New York and I'm gonna play chess.
I support you.
Shake.
Everyone, and I mean everyone, please, up on stage. That's right, if we didn't tell you guys you were going to be part of this, now you know. And let's not segregate ourselves, let's shuffle.
We'll all shuffle to this side and they'll all shuffle to that side.
I'm staying here.
Are we shuffling?
Very good, very good. Okay, we're going to end this show with a great big game called Christmas Story. Because it's Christmas. The rules are very simple. We're all going to be telling a story together, but only one person can talk at a time. Who can talk? Very simple. It's who I'm pointing at.
Wow, I can talk now.
As you just saw, whenever I remove my hand, the person who is talking has to stop immediately, even if it's in the middle of a word.
Thanks, Gabe. Appreciate it. Nice to know you.
And the next person has to pick up immediately where I left off.
Don't care at all for our well-being.
Exactly. So that's how it's going to work. And if someone messes up, that person will be eliminated. What constitutes messing up? Not restarting the story, or not picking up the story exactly where it left off, or sputtering, or saying something dumb. It's going to happen. And when someone gets out, we will pause the story and move on to the next chapter. So, that everything? Did I miss anything? Okay, good. Let's get the name of a Christmas story that's never been made, never will be made, and is not based on something else.
Rudolph gets divorced.
That's based on Rudolph.
The cat's climbing the tree.
What was that?
The cat's climbing the tree. It's climbing the Christmas
Sure.
tree.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cats. I messed up. I'm out. Anyway, cats climbing the Christmas tree. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little cats named Mittens, Kittens, and Dittens. They were climbing.
A very large tree, a pine tree to be precise. That tree was in a
Mystical village out in the brilliant universe that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Looking in
The rubble of New York. After Thanos' army attacked, everyone
Was sad, except for the kittens. It was Christmas.
And didn't.
You repeated the word and. Let's say, no, that's done. Let's just round of applause and she's out. My dumb idea was, okay, no, you can decide if this idea is dumb. When someone gets out, we can all say, jingle jangle. Is that, oh, okay, yeah. Jingle jangle. Okay, chapter 2. What's the name of chapter 2?
A Christmas cake.
The Christmas fish. The Christmas fish.
Mittens, I know you ate my fish. Give it back now, said Mittens, screaming.
Abhorrently. She was so upset that somebody would steal her fish. How could somebody possibly
do this to me? For in fact, I, Mittens, am so
angry. Really, she was just upset that Hydra had a warrant out for their arrest.
She was so upset, she started singing Memory from Cat's music.
All of a sudden, Iron Man comes in. We're back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And suddenly, we cut back to kittens on TV.
No, we were in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jingle jangle. Okay, chapter 3. Anyone else can say anything.
An elf resting after Christmas.
An elf resting. An elf resting.
Cats all died. And it was the elf's fault. After the elf had decided to harvest their skins.
You're out for content. There's a reason HumorU gets complaint emails and Laugh Out Loud doesn't. It's okay. We both get fewer emails than Divine Comedy, which is the important thing. Let's skip ahead a few. What's chapter 6?
All cats go to heaven.
Sure.
The cats went to the market. Get some fish.
Yes, the heavenly market, where everyone can have fish and no one steals the other person's fish. All of a sudden, they
Decided that they were going to become pescatarians. They don't serve anything other than fish for the rest of their lives. And you know what? I think that's
You kept talking, I'm going to move my hand away. Okay. Chapter 7.
Diabetes.
Sure. Diabetes.
Turns out, the cats had diabetes, and this is how they knew it wasn't actually heaven. It was
Secretly, not heaven. They came back to life. It was a Christmas miracle.
having a great time because after switching to pescatarianism, somebody realized, wait, this is not the same as vegetarianism. Because we can eat plants and fish. Therefore, we don't
Really need to do this. Mitten said,
You blasphemer! I can't
believe you could trade away our...
fish and our souls like that.
because of a simple bowl of milk. They weren't even sure if that was in the pescatarian diet.
Okay, another chapter, another title. Ducks of the North Pole? That's wacky.
It was a long and frigid journey, but Mittens, Kittens, and Dittens made it to the North Pole, and they saw something they didn't expect to see.
They ran into William, who was very surprised he was still in this game. He wasn't eliminated yet. He was also shivering because he was in the snow without a shirt on. And he's also really ripped. Dang, William, you're so rich, said Mittens. And Mittens was like, dang, William, do you work out? And William was like, yeah, I do, at Vasa. And Mittens said, wow, I should really get a membership.
Ship to Vasa as well. That way I can be just as ripped as you. I'm trying out pescatarianism. I think it's a pretty cool thing.
They stroked the abs.
No, I just don't like that. I'm going to give you the title for this one because it was an element of the last title that was never explored, which is The Ducks Appear.
Said Mittens, that's a duck! Shock. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It looks insane. It's probably...
Another duck in the North Pole. Wow, a small price to pay for ducks, said Mittens, because they quote Thanos in this cinematic universe. Mittens was really surprised that every time they were talking to William, all you heard was meow meow, meow 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 meow, because they're cats.
Always remember your abs. We've got 2 more chapters in us. What's this one called?
Second date.
I want someone to say something else because that seems very unrelated.
Candy cane lane.
Candy cane lane. That's very related. Like siblings. Don't give me that look. Siblings are very related.
Tunnel, Candy Cane Lane. Now that's the part I get tricked up a lot in Candyland. But
You forget about the man with plums. All of the people do candy things, but there's a man in Candyland.
Who supplies all of the kittens and all of the ducks with what?
of really, really great.
Plums.
Plums are a part of ducks' natural diet, along with candy canes, which is why mittens, dittens, and kittens
All passed.
Except they couldn't die. Not anymore. Not after they went to...
fancy Candyland. They were now immortal. Yes, they were Thanos' biggest...
Star acting troupe. Coming up sequel of Thanos.
And the kittens.
on Broadway.
All right, it's the final chapter. What is it called?
Now's the kids on Broadway.
Arkansas.
You know what? Fine. Arkansas.
They had to sacrifice Arkansas. Thanos said, a small price to pay.
For tomatoes, his favorite fruit in all the food groups.
But then Mitten said, wait! Think about that.
Very large Walmarts they have there. They are very nice and
Fluffy like us. However, Walmart can be a great...
time to talk about Sam Walton, our beloved leader in the state of Arkansas.
and also our feelings. Because deep down, Sam cares about...
The state cooking vessel, which is the Dutch oven.